Well, me, Brian, July 3rd, in the year of the Lord 2020. It's now approximately, 11 a.m. or something like that. I'm getting ready to head out for the day, go do some stuff, see if I can, find a Goodwill store that's open, got some decent clothes, maybe, some shorts. It's hot right now. It's already, over 100. It's been over 100 since probably like 9:30 this morning. All right. Uh, lately, this deals with the helo, right? The Phoenix PD helo and the medevacs and the sheriff, right? Sheriff pen zones, right? Maricopa County, right? Helicopter, the helo one, all right? It's also a medevac. It's a dual purpose. Uh, Phoenix PD has a number of helos. They got the little one, the little Bell 500. All right. Then they got a couple of long rangers, and then they got this big old UH-1 Huey, right? A former gunship, right? It's it still looks like a gunship, right? Except it's painted white with blue tail, right? Normally, they fly one, during the night, back and forth, up, down, round and round. And so he usually flies like 4 hour shift, and then goes back over to Buckeye, refuels, and then either they'll send that one back out, or a different crew will come on and they'll take a different bird up, depending on what they need. All right, that's the typical pattern. All right, very rarely do you see sheriff's helicopter because that's they use that one primarily with the GPS medevac. You know what I'm saying? Up and down on the highways, out in the out in the outback of Arizona in the wilderness, right? And, out in the rural areas, right? And then the medevacs, there's like two or three of them, right? There's one for St. Joe's, there's one for St. Mary's, right? And then no, I think it might be Johnson Lincoln, right? And then there's one for the hospital that's right here, it's Good Samaritan. That one's yellow with black tail, right? You see those sporadically in and out, up and down, depending on what they're doing, right? And what their mission statement is for the day, right? Usually it's back, right? So they're cutting across the sky all the time, right? But lately, like for about since the whole you know right went down, right? They've increased some patrol areas, and sometimes like last night and like the last couple of nights, they've been flying two helos, right? One over the west side, one over the east side, and one covering the valley. That's in, right? Sometimes three, and like the one covering the far east valley, East Mesa, all the way out to Apache Junction. I believe that one to be the GPS or the sheriff's, right? Helen Long Ranger, right? And they're it's coordinated. They're doing it coordinated. You can watch them. You sit sit and watch the patterns that they fly. This gets coordinated searching, and then right. A lot of times they stopped using the spotlight a while back because of the FLIR technology and the Palantir technology that helps the infrared imaging cameras and stuff. But lately, like the last couple of nights, they went back to using spot, right? Just for like direct. Just I think what they're doing is they're using it for navigation, right, or to keep themselves on their loop, when they're flying their circle, right? Because sometimes they have a tendency to loop the loop instead of flying a racetrack like the airplanes can, right? Helicopters have a tendency to overloop or fly like an egg-shaped loop, right? Because of the way they have to tilt as they're flying the circle, and they get disoriented. They don't get disoriented; they just get off their mark, right? And they move, and that's like messing up the search pattern because all the ground cops are in the perimeter. One which they're looking at the helo, you're looking around, right? So they're seeing the helo drift this way, so they're wondering, should I go this way, right? You know, right? And I already talked about the train incident. That's the previous video, right? When taking pictures, right? And let's see what else. What else news been happening? Uh, there's been an upswing in felony crime. But I mean, like dangerous felony crime. Like felony one, felony two. Felony one is murder. felony two, armed robbery, aggravated assault, stuff like that. There has been a rise. I mean, like just last night or night before, it was last night, yesterday, the night before, some dude went off and just like, shot up three different Circle K's in the end. He ended up killing like two people before, a good Samaritan, right, with a pistol, and saying ran up on the dude and capped him in the but in the melee, right, an innocent bystander got wounded. They're saying pretty seriously, but the shoot, but the hero, right, got the shooter, killed his ass dead. But anyway, that's what and they're not charging the dude that and calling him a hero, right? It was out on the east side, north, in Scottsdale, and the east side, right? The dude just went off, just nutted up, just took his assault rifle and attacked the first Circle K. Right, and tried to rob it. Actually, didn't get nothing. I mean, $35, Circle K, if you're lucky. Right? I mean, all the money's in the box, and you ain't getting in that box. You have nobody can get in that box. Right? You know what I'm saying? So shot the place up there. Shot one person. I think right there at the first one. The second one went to the second one a couple miles away. Right? Just said fuck it, ran in. Threw down a couple of magazines. You know what I'm saying? Another person got shot. Right? And then. But he got to the third one, which he drove across town to Scottsdale to get to, figuring, he was probably, at least halfway coherent, high as fuck, but, halfway coherent. Figuring, I better go a few more miles, don't catch me. You know what I'm saying? And by the time he got there, it was kind of like out on the news. People were, here in Phoenix, people load up. Right? They don't mess around. Right? Anyways, you know what I'm saying? But that's like the third or the fourth one in the last couple of months. Dude's nutting up and just going off, right? Killing people, shooting at people, right? The college kids in their protests, they're not winding down. They're not winding down, but they're kind of slowing down, right? Because it's getting kind of old because it's the same shit. They're they're doing the same over and over. Nothing's happening. Kabingo, I said this would happen if we do not keep their attention, but by doing something. Right? Doing the same old shit ain't going to do shit. Just gives them the upper hand. Because they've had the shit contained all along. I told that dude, you need to fucking do random, you need to pop up, you need to flash mob here, you need to flash mob there. You need to flash mob where they're not thinking, where they're not looking, where they're not at. You know what I'm saying? With your 15,000 people, right? And, wreak some havoc and scare the shit out of the old people. But that's what you need to do. But no, we're making history. People are listening to us. Ain't listening to shit. They're done already. Just like the anonymous thing a few years ago, they posted up, stood there 3 days, the cops moved in, that was it. Half of them went to jail. Bang. Anonymous dead in Arizona. It was funny. I mean, this the other once in a while, there a bunch of them, the Charlie wannabes, they'll get together at Martin Camp Park Bridge in the middle of the night, shut a bunch of fireworks, talk a bunch of shit, make a bunch of videos. They're saying as soon as the park ranger shows up, they scatter like roaches. But anyways, right. But you know what I'm saying, there is an active campaign, right? I've witnessed it. I've been targeted by it. Right? There's an active campaign to identify potential resistors. So something's coming down the pipe, boy. I'm telling you, you guys better start paying attention, right? This is me, Brian. Remember the date. Thank you.